I feel Taliesin stiffen behind me, the scent of burning wood filling my senses, a firestorm swirling. Who is this? Taken, she's mine, Val. Someone told me in my comic session that something about my picture is off, like it's AI generated. And then I asked, why do you think my pictures are AI generated? And they said, I don't know. You had a second one up there in a blue shirt with the same smile, just different hair. So now I think it's AI generated. Those pictures are 2 years apart. and two, I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, because AI generated stuff typically is supposed to look perfect, or should I take that as an insult, because a lot of times when people are AI generated, they're disformed or figured, or like something is wrong, like they got 6 fingers or 9 toes or 3 lips. I don't know. Anyways, hello and welcome back to Faded Mate. You guys do like it. I didn't think you guys would like it. A lot of people don't like medieval games and D&D-esque types of games, but this is actually very interesting. I'm one of those people that don't like D&D type of games, if Dungeons and Dragons type of games, but this one is actually pretty good. So we're gonna keep going. If you're new here, hi, I'm Voyia. I play a variety of games. If you ever want me to play some, please don't hesitate to ask, and it will mean the absolute freaking world to me. If you liked, comment, and subscribe, come on in. We tell a lot of stories. We read a lot of stories. You might find a couple that you might like. Go ahead and check the channel now. And if you ever want me to play something that you think that I would like or you would enjoy watching me play, please do not hesitate to tell me in the comment section below. You guys know I love when y'all talk to me. It is the coolest thing when somebody's like, yo, I was thinking that too. In the comment section, I'd be like, oh, I feel heard, I feel loved, and I love you for loving me, and I love you more for that. Anyways, we expected that he wants something from us that doesn't have anything to do with money, and now we're gonna have to figure out what he wants. No mead or coin. His expression is serious for a moment before his lips tug into a smirk and his eyes light up with mirth. I really hope he's like, I'm just joking with you, because my God, he is too fine. He's too fine for his own good. Just be honest with me and don't tell anyone else where you came from, for both our sakes. I nod, knowing I can't offer him that much, minus the building attraction I have for him, of course. He nods too, happy with my resolution. You should sleep. He gestures to the bed in the corner. Where will you sleep? I'm on watch till dawn. Oh, okay. Well, be safe, I guess. You sure you don't want to lay next to me? Look, it's not even a schmex thing. Let me tell y'all, look, it's not a schmex thing. I don't want to have schmex with this man. I just want him to hold me. He just looks like he give good cuddles. Amen? Amen. He closes the distance between us again, pulling his cloak from my shoulders before he heads to the door. Once he reaches it, he turns, throwing a key in my direction. Don't open the door for anyone but me. Okay. He steps over the threshold of the door just as I finally gathered the nerve to ask him one personal and very important question. You never even told me your name. Taliesin. Okay. Taliesin. Suits him. Yours? Isabel. I'll see you soon, Isabel. Ooh. Toss more wood on the hearth when you get cold, or do they not have those where you come from? We have fireplaces. I think some automatically light, but I've had the fireplace where I had to go get wood too. They do. Good night. That little smirk he has on his face is just so sweet. I watch as he closes the door behind him, and I rush over to lock it. Alone in a stranger's home, in an even stranger circumstance. I mean, I've seen people get isekai'd just to get isekai'd again. You could have been in that same situation. I have no freaking idea how I'm going to get to sleep. Chapter 3. Okay. I'm so excited. Rest comes easier than I thought it would. The comfort of the masculine scented sheets carried me off to a restful, dreamless sleep. I only awake due to the sound of a knocking fist on the door. Isabel, it's me. He's back. The sun rays streamed through the window, a little past sunrise. I take the key from the bedside table and pad over to the door, wincing ever so slightly with each step taken. Once the door is unlocked, Talisman slips in, even more beautiful in the bright light of dawn. Let me see. Yep, she right. Frick. Hi. I usher him inside as if I'm not a guest in his home. He offers me a simple nod. Hello. The fire has burned out to embers. A cold has swept in with Talisman's arrival, and I find myself beginning to shiver. I return to the bed, seeking its lingering warmth. Did you manage to rest? I did. Your bed is surprisingly comfortable somehow. He quirked a brow my way and scoffed and laughed as he removes his cloak and hangs it on the iron hook on the back of the door. Spoken like someone who has never had a bedroll on their side of the mountain with a rock or a pillow. Funny story. My mom is a traveler. I've slept in cars. I've slept on top of cars. I've slept in trunks. I've slept in U-Hauls. Nothing feels better than that. It seems he lived quite a life, from the comments about his travels to this and the scars that littered his body. I'd die, I think. I'm already missing the comfort of home. I look around the room, taking in the sparse furnishing and the lack of amenities once more. What more could you need? I envy his ascetic attitude, if I'm honest. No electricity, no running water, no internet. I'm not sure if I can even tell you. Butterfly effect, space-time continuum, and all that. He pinned me with a stare, one which conveys a hint of irritation with me talking gibberish. I want to know, girlies, guilies, I don't know, whatever you go by, I need to know, if you were pushed back in this time, we have the things that we have now, internet, smartphones and stuff like that. If you somehow went back in time to this time, would you tell them about it? Personally, no, I wouldn't. I'd be too scared. Maybe a person who would just take my words and just kind of be like, yeah, whatever, but never would I tell anybody. Never mind. I'll get out of your way so you can get some rest. Hopefully he can get some rest. I'm about to rush from the bed before Talisman approaches and drops to his knees in front of me. Before you go. He pulls a pouch from his belt and retrieves a small vial of strange brown liquid. A salve, shall I? I want nothing more than to throw the salve out the door. It's no Savon or Germalone. I've never heard of these, or whatever antiseptic cream, that's for sure. It stinks and it's got bits in it, but if it will help heal my cuts, I'm better taking it. And then there's a lot of medication that I don't care if it's going to heal me. They could have a cure-all medication and they could be like, oh, voyia, if you drink this, it'll cure... What am I dealing with now? Your anxiety. It'll cure your anxiety disorder and your PTSD and all that and your trauma and stuff. And I would still be like, ugh, what it tastes like. I always ask that dumb question. Like somebody's going to tell me, oh, it tastes so good. It tastes like strawberries and cream. Dying of sepsis days after arrival sounds overwhelmingly pathetic. Does Talisman plan on playing doctor? He's just waiting there. Waiting for my assist. Let me go ahead. Sure. Again, I'm going to choose what I would choose in this moment. And let me grab my glasses. It's not going to help. I'm going to constantly keep messing up or laughing or over talking, but it's something. I can at least know I can see the words better. But I'm just going to choose what I would normally choose in a position like this. If it was me, I always try to play these games like, if it was me, what would you choose? I guess go ahead. I don't want the stinky stuff on my hand. I give him an approval nod and he gets to work. First, he leaves my side to fetch a clean rag, which he's dunked in a bucket of clean water in the corner. The cold water makes me recoil as it touches me, and Taliesin works quickly to remove the dirt from my feet. Once my feet are clean, he works on applying the salve, I bet it stink too, on my damaged soles. Shite! I flinch, Taliesin touch feeling far too sensitive. He pauses and arches a brow in my way. What? I'm ticklish. Oh yeah, this is me. My feet are super ticklish. A smirk splits his face, amused at my response. His grip tightens to get the job done without me wiggling in his grasp. There. Thank you. If I ever had a hurt foot, you touching my foot, I don't care how much pain. I could have a 9-inch nail stuck in my foot. If you touch my toes, I'm gonna still giggle. The fact that he fetched a salve for me without even asking makes my heart flutter. I watched unashamedly as he wipes off his hands on the rag, and then I'm pulled out of my reverie by pain. God, it stings. What even is that? Maybe I should have asked that before the application. Wine, vinegar, honey, mint, and herbs, from my understanding. My nose crinkles instinctively at the ingredients list. Clearly, the sweetness of the honey or the fragrance of the mint did not win out. My feet are going to stink and attract flies. Yay! Taliesin chuckles, amused with just a hint of condescension. I'm sure you're better off with this than a day with the leeches. You'll have to borrow a pair of my shoes until we can get you your own. Can't have you walking around barefoot. Taliesin turns again, fetching said hose. He puts them on my feet wordlessly, blessing me with warmth and protection from the dusty floor. Not even a few moments later, there's a short, sharp knock at the door. We have a visitor to help remedy your lack of clothing. Let me do the talking. Sure. I'm sure he went out and did all this stuff for me. Thank you. However, could I repay you? Don't judge me. Y'all supposed to be here getting entertained, not being like, look at Voyia already looking at his fangle dangle. Don't even start. Taliesin rises, towering over me from my position on the bed. He looks down, waiting for me to nod in agreement. The door opens and a tall Sevete redhead sweeps in, and somehow seemingly to take up as much space as the large man beside her. She wears a bright smile, offsetting her otherwise intimidating visage. I mean, it ain't that bad. She's fine too. Oh my God. Is everybody here sexy? Is that what it is? Maybe it's just because I'm into these. Maybe like the woodsman that lives out in the backwoods with the hairy chest, and the woods woman that just like, I don't need a bra, but them things sit up perky like that. Maybe that's the problem. My dear Tally, what could I do for you today? The aforementioned bright smile drops when she sees me, only for a moment before it returns with ferocity. Oh goodness. Oh. Her eyes practically sparkle with curiosity, and Taliesin bristles in response. Trepidation fills me too, wondering what she will think, what she will do. It's clear she's Talisman's friend and therefore unlikely to be a threat, but everything about this situation is unpredictable, unforeseen. Not too bad, I guess. I found her in the woods last night and took her in, a runaway, originally from Heretu. Okay, if you knew a place to fake, then you should have just faked it, just called that out so you could have faked it. the whole time. Then ignorance is bliss, Taliesin. The woman glances wordlessly between her friend and me, brow arched in a sly smile, and her lips like she knows some deep, salacious secret. And you already claimed her for yourself. Moving fast, aren't we? Very unlike you. She chuckles mirthfully while Taliesin's jaw tightens. If this is what guard watch gets you, my God, I should volunteer for more. Ma'am, are you trying to beat the Doonies down too? Because we already know that he wants a taste of this. So are you trying to as well? Her eyes roam me appreciatively. It's flattering, not fear-inducing, even though I suspect she is an alpha like Taliesin, with the quiet hunger in her gaze. So women could also be. I thought this was going to be like some weird like alpha omega thing, but I think it's cool that the creator went with the more of a women can also be alphas as well. I do like that. I like that. Apologies. I don't mean to speak of you as if you're not here. I am Ellen. Well met, stranger. Well met. I'm Isabel. Her eyes narrow. You're a long way from home. Yes, She has no idea just how far. What do I even say? My eyes flicker to Taliesin. Oh no. Taliesin, please help me. My eyes flicker to Taliesin, remembering his previous request to let him do the talking. He meets my eyes briefly before he speaks up. She had an arranged match with an alpha. It went to shite. Now she's here. Well, if that doesn't scream, don't ask questions, I don't know what does. Ellen's look softens. Her eyes glances between the alpha and me. Then you're well placed with Tally. He'll look after you. I hope so, assume so, and it's nice to have that confirmed in some regard. I'm pleased to hear. Taliesin clears his throat, interrupting our little moment. She needs clothing. I was hoping you could help. Of course. If you go outside in that, Tally will need to put his sword to good use. Having seen his sword play once, I wouldn't be opposed to seeing it again. The main character, Isabel, is just a schmorny girl. You just a freak. That's what you are. Though, that would be bad news for whichever poor sob draws his airy. I mean, that's their fault, not mine. I'll be back in a moment. Aelin? Yes? Her voice filled with mischief, her tone lilting and playful. Taliesin narrows his eyes. I'd prefer to be the one to introduce her to the village. Taliesin stares. Aelin stares back. He looks fierce. She seems unperturbed. Listen. She looks like if you want to go sword for sword, we can go sword for sword. My God, her fingers are long. We were all thinking it. I didn't even have to say anything. We're all thinking it. Well, she is your Omega after all. She nudges Taliesin's shoulder playfully before heading for the door. Your secret is safe with me. She calls out as she leaves, the heavy door slamming shut behind her. She seems nice. She is the best of the village. I get a good feeling about her and about Taliesin and my situation too. It seems I've fallen in with the right people amongst all this mess. It's clear there's trust between them, and yet he tests our charade on her. But you won't tell her the truth? Secrets are best kept to oneself, or, failing that, share with only one other. Okay. So he doesn't trust her that much, or at least he feels that the more people that know, the worse it could get. That's fair. It's not that you don't trust your friend. It's not necessarily like I don't trust my friend, so I'm not going to tell them anything. It's just the more people that know, the worse the situation can get, or the more people that want to be in your business. Yeah, I suppose you're right. I don't particularly like lying, but my survival is more important than my conscience. Not all the village folks are so open-minded or welcoming to outsiders. Have fun. I'm sure I'm in for a fantastic time, and Taliesin too, come to think of it. Doesn't that put you in an awkward position? He shrugs nonchalantly. If there's one thing about this man, it's that he doesn't seem to truly bother by anything. Sometimes a nonchalant man can be good. Sometimes they just annoying. Some people here I rub the wrong way. Regardless, taking in a stranger wouldn't make much of a difference. But I have allies too. So you're not the village pariah. He barks a short laugh, genuine amusement crossing his features. At least we know we can make him laugh, I guess. Not yet, anyway. Right. The door opens once more. Aylin calls out as she steps over the threshold. It's just me. I brought what I could without causing a scene. She nods down to the bundles in her arms, then to the pack slung over her shoulders. What else could you have brought? Well, all of my supplies, if I was allowed to draw any attention. She cast Taliesin a look and smiled slightly before she settled down the clothes and unpacking her bag. There are dresses, underwear, shoes, and aprons. Okay, well, at least she brought as much as she possibly could. These are just some spares I found, but I can make more if you need. I give her an appreciative nod as I picked up the clothing. The dresses are clearly hand-stitched and made with love, layers of cotton perfect for the mild weather of spring. Excuse me, I should say better. Bit my tongue. Let's keep going. They're simple, lace-fronted kirtles in earthy tones. Not fancy, but flowy and undeniably feminine. I mean, what more could you ask for? I'll let you two get on with it. Sure. We can get on with whatever she wants to get on. She's fine too. Taliesin looks to me, his eyes holding mine until I offer him a nod and smile. He unlaces his boots and sits himself on the bed, back resting against the wall. Did you come with anything at all? Aylin asks, looking me up and down as she picked up a white lining undergown like the one I'm wearing. No, I'm afraid not. I want to elaborate, to at least reach out to Aylin with a touch of authenticity, but I'm scared of messing things up. I looked at Taliesin for approval, but he's still working on unlacing his boots. I was accosted outside in the woods. Taliesin managed to save me, and that's all that matters. Aylin coos, her cheeks puffing up with a wild smile. Ever the gentleman. Spare me. Taliesin's gruff voice draws my attention back to him. He glances between Aylin and me, his expression hovering somewhere between sheepish and irritated. What happened to leaving us to it? Aylin asks, crossing her arms across her chest and appraising Taliesin like a school teacher would a naughty student. Taliesin curled his lips, narrowed his eyes, and their sibling-like reaction makes me smile. They do kind of act like brother and sister a little bit. Besides, shield your eyes to protect her dignity, unless you've already deflowered her instead of guarding us all. I mean, he could deflower me. I gasped in flux horror. And to think you just called him a gentleman. Silly me. We both dissolved into a fits of giggles as Taliesin tries to pretend we don't exist. Aylin and I then worked through the clothes she brought, seeing what fits and what doesn't. I pale when I undress, fearing for my dignity in front of both Aylin and Taliesin. But a quick glance over my shoulder shows that Taliesin isn't looking my way. He really is a gentleman after all. Some clothes Aylin packed away, ready to make adjustments to make them better fitting. The other dresses that already fit are stacked in a pile along with spare undergarments, hose, a belt, hair wraps for braids, and a sturdy pair of boots. There's a simplicity to it that's comforting compared to the stresses of modern living. No worrying about fashion or what to wear each day. It reminds me of my school uniform, though hopefully a bit more flattering. My school uniform was trash. They'll suit you, I just know it. But if you need anything else, just let me know. Do you know how to sew? Kind of? Then I better make sure you're up to snuff before I rope you into helping. I mean, at least... I didn't mean to hit that button. Stop. Thank you. At least she's nice. I was forced to master the needle, though I spent the past few years learning the blade. You look like you've learned the blade. Or maybe an archer. She looks more like an archer. Y'all tell me, is she a blader, like a double sworder person? If anything, she has double swords, but she looks more like a someone who uses a bow. I can teach you that too, though Tally would probably want to take care of it. Teaching me how to use a sword? I glanced to look at Taliesin, seeing what he has to say on the matter, but his eyes are closed and he looks at peace. The creases in his forehead have softened and his shoulders have dropped. Would you look at that? I'd say he's almost looks handsome when he's asleep. Then again, I suppose since he's your alpha, you think he looks handsome anyway. I do, though he doesn't know that. I can't tell if it's obvious or if she simply buys that we are mates. Yes. My cheeks flush with heat, and I try my best to hide it. Tally! Aelin called out loudly, purposely rousing the older man from his rest. He doesn't flinch or even open his eyes, but he responds to just shy of a grumble. I'm awake. I'm leaving. See you at breakfast. It was nice meeting you, Isabel. See you soon. Thank you for everything. She disappears through the door once more, and I turn back to Taliesin, who is now sitting upright, perfectly conscious. Breakfast? Yes, each Sunday we gather to eat and prepare for the week ahead, as per tradition. That sounds nice. It's one thing missing from my life and most people back home. A real sense of community. That's why I am trying my hardest to build the absolute bestest community on YouTube. And of course, I know the bigger my channel gets, the more little bad bugs will sneak through. But we are going to keep the community as clean and as awesome as possible. And we're going to do amazing things on here. That's why you got to like, comment, and subscribe all the time. It can be, but it can be overwhelming too. Taliesin worked on putting his boots back on as I'm left to ponder his statement. A word of warning before we go. Try not to leave my side unless you're with Aelin and you feel safe with her, of course. Okay. I nod and have every intentions of following his advice. A fewer questions you answer, the better. Fewer lies you keep track of. Curious. Are you used to lying? His gaze averts briefly before returning back to mine, his eyes burning with the unknowable motion. Not anymore. Get ready and we'll head out. Sure. We enter through the doors of the hall, and the room is filled with chatter and cheer. The benches are filled with people eagerly eating their food. As the woods slam shut behind us, some turn to look, then the whispers begin. The room falls quiet, and everyone is outright staring. Oh no. Taliesin's arms around my waist doesn't falter, and it is the only thing keeping me from turning and bolting back to the house. What are you all looking at? Your ugly mug, obviously. The room erupts with laughter before everyone turns back to their own conversations. Taliesin directs us over to the table of the heckler, a brown-haired young man with thick brows and bright blue eyes. Next to him sits a woman, one whose face mirrors that of the man sitting next to her. Huh? Let me read that again. Next to him sits a woman, one whose face mirrors that of the man sitting next to her. Okay, yet wild curls bounce from her head and frame her features. Please tell me y'all brother and sister and not dating, and somehow you found someone that looks just like you. She looks at me with a level of intrigue and enthusiasm that isn't shared by her twin. Thank God you're our brother and sister. Are you going to introduce us? This is Isabel. I offered a slight wave as Taliesin introduces me, my smile waveringly slightly under the man's withering gaze. You're Omega. He can tell? This is Antu and Hylian. I am not going to, correct me respectfully, other name, because I ain't going to remember your names. I'm going to call you I and R. Taliesin gestures to each of them, and finally, I gazes softens. Listen, don't judge me, okay? I'm bad with names, okay? I will always remember you guys' face. Make no mistake, if I ever meet you guys in real life, I will always remember your face. I will never remember your name. I'd be like, are you Stacy? No, it's Ashley. I'm sorry. Like, that's not a disrespect thing, I promise. I'm just really bad with names. I feel the man beside me move closer, his breath fluttering across my ear and sending shivers down my spine. They're betas. In other words, not a threat. Nice to meet you. Well met, and welcome to Drazen. Steer clear of. Her warnings are interrupted by the storm of children charging for Taliesin. One jumps up to wave in his face, desperate for his attention. Another clings to his leg, while a toddler waddles behind enthusiastically. Us next! The excitable one shouts, and is beyond eager to introduce herself as she practically bursting at the seams. Her messy braids bounce as she jumps around, bumping into the bearded man and drawing his affection at her. I love a man that's good with children. I think most women do. Now, trying to force children on you, we don't like that. No, we women don't like that. But if you're like nice to children and you're good with children, we like you. We like you very much. So I didn't know someone new was coming. The tall girl wraps herself around Taliesin's leg, shielding herself behind him and looking up at me shyly. She softens slightly when a large hand pats her head soothingly. It's all been rather last minute. The toddler finally reaches Taliesin, barely taller than his boot, and is scooped up into the man's strong arms. Oh my God, that's so cute. Gotta love a man that's good with children. He sets the baby on his hip and gives him a gentle kiss on the forehead. Say hello, Asa. Hello. The baby chirps my way, offering a toothy smile and a grabby hand. Hello. I turn to the others and offer them a body and a wide smile. Well met. Your friend sounds weird. The small girl's tone is free of judgment, instead brimming with curiosity. She's from far away. Oh, cool. This is Junie, Quinlan, and Asa. I'm not going to remember y'all names. JQA, hello. How adorable. I'm about to fuss over the children when looming figure appears behind them. Tall but not as tall as Taliesin. He has piercing eyes that look down upon me and the children. He stands, waiting on ceremony to be acknowledged. Okay. And for the children to be dismissed. Q flees as soon as she sees the man, and Junie and Asa soon in tow. The atmosphere changed, the air crackling with tension as the two men stare each other down. Is this like his brother or something? I feel Taliesin stiffen behind me, the scent of burning wood filling my senses, a firestorm swirling. Who is this? Taken, she's mine, Val. Okay, so you're Val. Got it. Taliesin's words are practically a growl, and even though the possessiveness is fake, it swirls low in my gut. This is what it feels like to be Talisman's Omega? Val laughs in a tittering way, a smirk crossing the lower half of his long face. Down, old man. I see no mark on her neck. He offers his hand, outstretched and waiting for me. His words were addressed to the man beside me, but his eyes haven't strayed from me once. It's clear that Taliesin doesn't like the person one bit. It is the show of possessiveness or a genuine distrust of the other alpha. Still we're I don't want to sound like I'm not confident. I want to be like, this is my man. Plus, we don't even know what Val looks like. He's a shadow. Would you like him to mark me right here and now? Yeah! Heck yeah! Let's call his bluff. And plus, if he marks me, let's go. Okay. Would you like him to mark me right here and now? I offer up biting words, but flutter my eyelashes at Taliesin, as if carving his mark at this moment. Pushing myself to Taliesin's chest, his arms around me tightens, and I opt to ignore the man's outstretched hand. As for my name is Isabel, but I suppose Taken could work as a nickname. What do you think, Alpha? I meet Taliesin's eyes, which grow with pride. Oh, he's like, that's right, that's my woman. And now a low hum in his throat tells me he approves of my bite. You're gonna be Val. You're gonna be Val. The Alderan. In name only. Taliesin's comment is as dry as they come, and he already turning and leads us away before the man can speak again. My Omega is hungry, Val. I'll be sure to find you later. Taliesin pauses, his head turning to glare at the other alpha. It'd be better if you didn't. Val simply smiles, seemingly pleased that it had gotten under Taliesin's skin. As we walk away, I stretch up to whisper in Taliesin's ears. Is he one of those alphas you were warning me about? Precisely. Val has already claimed mates, but he tends to toss them aside when something new comes along. Wow. And it seems he wanted to add me to his list of conquests. These double chocolate chip booty cheeks will never be for a man that wants to have multiple double chocolate chip booty cheeks, or even white chocolate, or even a little cinnamon in there. How dare you, sir? How dare you try to come over here? Back it up. Back far up. You stink. I bet your booty stink. Ugh. That's awful. My heartbeat quickens. A swirl of emotions rushes through me. I'm thankful for Taliesin claiming me as he did. Val already seemed bold. How would that have changed if I didn't have a protective alpha at my side? I feel like he just would have took it. Do you think we were convincing, or should I be worried? Did I play the dotting Omega enough? Will Val and the others truly be deterred? Taliesin leans down, pressing his lips to the crown of my head. It seems he's going to leave a kiss in his wake, but instead he pulls away. Leave the worrying to me. Chapter 4. I'm gonna stop it at chapter 4, y'all. I know. Thank you guys so much. I truly appreciate it. But we're having fun, aren't we? For the people who are rocking with the parts, thank you so much for rocking with the parts. If you just want to wait till I'm done with the whole thing and then watch it, I'm okay with that too. You guys are awesome. You guys support me in every little way you possibly can, and I'm happy that I've got you guys by my side. You guys are like I don't want to say my Taliesin. I don't want to say that. But you guys are amazing. You guys literally just be rocking with me, and I love every bit of it. So from the bottom of my heart, truly, thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. And don't you dare be living with a Val. If you have a Val right now that is out here trying to get multiple booty cheeks, then you let me know. And the voyia community, we be there to rescue you. Peace and love. Stay safe out there, everybody. Get you a man that love you for you. Bye-bye.